Young, Faise, get them in the building. You don't want to miss this. Little Baby exposed. Letter to Little Baby just dropped today on Faise One channel. Official video with Young Elder and that thing. We about to get it lit, y'all. And the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under it.
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Shalom alaikum. Peace.
Young
Be unto you.
TV.
Hit that like.
Hey, Rob Watch, y'all. Get them in the building. We just got through shooting a video a couple of days ago of Little Baby, Letter to Little Baby, Faise One. You just put that out last night at 12 o'clock. We already got it in the links in the description if you want to check that out. Let's share the screen real quick. Let's show you this for Faise. Come in. We got, hey, y'all, get them in here. As always, we got Faise One backstage, y'all. Better get ready to bring them out. But in the meanwhile, we want y'all to go check out that new video, Letter to Little Baby, with Faise. With Young in that video, man. This goes along with this tape we're about to do right here, right? All right, let's go along with that tape that we putting out right now, that Letter to the Baby. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Keep in mind, also, Faise One got 10 books out right now for a donation to the Cash App, any amount of donation to the Cash App, right? Be sure to leave your emails in the link. Send your donations to Play for Change. Right? If you want to get those books, those 10 books, like I say, make sure you leave your emails in the links. Right? Want to make that quick announcement. So check out that song, the new hit single that we just put out. And you want to get those books. Like I say, I got 8 books too. For a couple people got the books already. 8 books for the $50 donation to my Cash App, The Young Elder. Right? Leave your emails in the link and we'll send the books right over. Right? We was in a Little Baby hood. Hey, I forgot to tell y'all we was in a Little Baby hood shooting a video, man. Some niggas rolled down on us, man. Yeah, they was like they didn't say nothing to us because we bumped out before they can try some. But like I say, Faise said, yo, these niggas be watching this area, and that was a scout. They sent a scout out there to check us out because we was out there fresh. You know what I'm saying? There was only us out there. And so they rolled down on us, man, to see what was cracking. The P4F guys. They got that neighborhood on lock over there, man. Over there in Oak City. It was at Oak City train station. shooting the videos. Hey Tracy, you got the books for me, or you got them from Faise? Because Faise get a lot of sales, so he probably going down the list. Me, I ain't getting that many sales. So everybody, as soon as I get the donation, I send the books right over. The last guy that just did it, we sending him the books right now. So yeah. I send the books like in 10, 20 minutes. Tops. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting right here watching this joint. We need all the help we could get. Yeah, hey, keep in mind all the tapes we got out. There are new tapes, right? A new Galactica Court. We got the Tharu movie finna drop next week. This week. And that's gonna be lit. Showing the difference between the Tharus and the Anarchies. You want to check that out. We got also a whole bunch of other extraterrestrial tapes coming out. Right? And like I say, we got Faise One backstage. Where you at, man? Shout out where you at. Where you at? Sacramento, LA. Where you at? Memphis, Florida, Atlanta, Augusta. We said Memphis. Hey, shout out Mississippi. We got some stuff coming out on Mississippi, man. That's ISIS. Mississippi is another thing. It's ISIS state. It's right there in it. They can't fool us. Shout out East Texas. Shout out Inglewood in the building. Shout out Michigan, South Carolina. Yeah, roll call. Where you at, man? Shout out Cali. Shout out D-Town, Dallas, the big dirty Triple D, man. Shout out to Boot, you hear me? Wow. Shout out North Philly. Shout out Jacktown. Shout out to UK, man. Shout out South Africa, Australia, Ohio, Houston, Baltimore. Shout out BMO, man. What you know about BMO? It's real grimy out there, man. Shout out South Carolina. Shout out North Carolina, Charlotte, man. Where y'all at? Shout out Armanette in Charlotte, man. All eyes on me, Culture Center in Charlotte, man. DC, where you at? Central, Cincinnati, baby. Hey, we got Richmond, DC, Indiana, West Palm. Shout out West Palm. Shout out San Diego, baby. Diego. Shout out Daytona, Ohio. Yo, happy Children's Day to all God's children. Shout out y'all Israel Ben Yahweh in the building. Shout out NO. Why? What's happening, baby? Shout out Phoenix, Memphis, Tennessee. You heard me? Houston. Shout out Sacktown. Shout out Jackson, man. What's happening, Jackson? Austin, Waco, the Bronx. Shout out the Bronx. Shout out Harlem. Right? Shout out Brooklyn, where you at? Right? Shout out Southwest Louisiana. What that is? What you down there in Slidell, BR? Where you at? Monroe, no. Shout out Cocoa, Florida. Yeah, Merry Christmas to all. Shout out Knoxville. You heard me? Like I say, let me make sure I got the okay, Faise said give him 2 minutes in the dressing room. Before they ready to bring Faise One out right now. Y'all, this is a historical event right here. If you have been tuned in, we got Rod Wednesday. You want to be tuned in for that. We rolling them back to back here. We giving you nonstop action. Action packed. Shout out Illinois in the building. We give you shout out to in the Netherlands. Shout out Jamaica. You heard me? Shout out to Bahamas. Shout out to Virgin Islands. You heard me? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, now without further ado, we'll bring it to the stage, the hottest in the game right now. Who else is doing it? Faise One, y'all. Yes,
Roll back.
Hey, you got the new hit out, little baby. It's going hot right now. Yeah, that thing nice. That's a nice video. They'll do a good job on shooting them videos.
I appreciate
Hey
it.
man, so a lot of stuff I didn't know that you was connected with Lil Baby. That's what the people was telling me. They was like, man, oh yeah, so he was like really connected, like with grew up with these cats, you know, with Lil Baby, because that school, that area you was telling me about, hey, you can't stand over here. This is their spot. This is their spot. I was like, oh yeah, this shit is crazy. You can't even stand one spot over here is these guys, and these guys can look right up the hill at the other guys. Yeah, so yeah, man. This is what we were saying. Your Lil Baby got all this money. You know, he doing his thing. He get $400,000 a show, maybe more now.
Yep.
I mean, what's the deal with this? What's the deal with Lil Baby? Has he took the deal? Has he turned sour? Is he working for the Illuminati? What's up with this cat, man?
Well, first we gotta look at it like this. The interesting part about it is it ain't just like when you speaking on Baby or Dominique or Lil Baby as a public, whatever they know him as, which I've never met him personally. I've met all of the constituents and went to school with some of those people like Nudo 5 and Cold Hearted Savage, all these other people. And, you know, there was different groups that were working around each other around the same time. So you had the YSLs, you had 4PF, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was kind of working in cahoots together. They were familiar to each other. It's like first, whether or not he took a deal, okay, or the deal, I know what you're speaking about. The type of environment that he was operating in and the rest of his constituents are operating in, and the rest of the people who are also other gatekeepers, because that's what he is. He's a gatekeeper. Young Thug is a gatekeeper. There's a few different people like, what's it, Yo Gotti, a few people that have certain powers, not just in Atlanta, but certain powers. What you needed? All right, that operate and they gatekeep, meaning you can't get into that industry without going through those types of people. But the type of environment that he operated in is already Shaitan's environment. That's what I told you when we were going to shoot the video. I said we in Shaitan territory. It doesn't have anything to do with solely the people, the physical flesh people that you see. It's just that whole environment from Carver High School, Hank Aaron, which is some here, all them areas, all the way down to Oakland City, Camp Terrell, Benicia Hill, all that's Shaitan territory. Just based off, and you stretch all the way over there to Cleveland Avenue, what they call Bleeland Ave, where Thug and them was at, right? It's Shaitan territory just based off of the same type of business that takes place in hell, taking place in those communities. Now, I think every state literally has one of those places. Remember, we did the analogy of Bankhead versus Buckhead. All right, everybody has what you refer to as the slums or the trenches. And if you remember the movie Aquaman, the trenches was like really deep, and they had all these demonic type, ferocious type beings, right, that would come and try to attack anybody, and they had to stray away from the light. Now, interestingly enough, they used the red light, but they had to stray away from the light, but they were coming to consume anybody that went into those environments. So it's kind of the other way around, which is why I say, interestingly enough, they had the red light, because if you are a being of light, it's like they flock to try to destroy you. You understand? Things will start happening and popping up around you. You can't stay in those types of environments but so long, because Shaitan will sense that you're there. You understand? So that's why I'm saying, look, we come prepared, because we're in Shaitan's territory. Not just coming prepared physically, how we come prepared, but also you are mentally aware, consciously aware, vigilant, all right, mentally agile enough to be able to pick up on the smallest thing, like when I told you that scout car ran through. You know what I'm saying? I said, that's a scout. Okay, most people want to look at it on the physical aspect alone, but you have to look at it like this. I'll tell you an example. I went to Oakland City. This was back in like 2022, maybe 2022. I went to Oakland City, went straight to the park where they have like the basketball court that Baby and them done set up with like a blue basketball court they got right there and dead in the center. And I got out, I was riding in the coupe. I got out, I walked down into the center, and I stood there. And I was doing my magic, doing my thoughts, doing my words, doing my affirmation, right? And out of nowhere, a big black US SUV started driving down. It's like a little cut they got. Came down the cutway. And they pulled up, swerved up. They let the windows down. The music was playing. The jury music was playing. The smoke came out of it. And immediately something like, get back to the whip, right? So first of all, like I tell people, I'm throwed off for real. So I know for one, my ass should never been in the heart of Oakland City out there by myself like that anyway, knowing all the shit that's been going on. But sometimes I just go out and just do shit. I'll bring my presence to places, all right, to set up certain things for the future. So this is one of those times. Some say, get back to the whip. So I said, okay, I'm on my way. I'm making my way back to the whip. And I'm peeping the scene, seeing everything that's going on. I also can hear the conversation that's happening around without me being present. I hear the conversation that's happening around. I'm walking on my way back to the car, and I hear somebody say, "I know that ain't that nigga Faise," right? So automatically, I'm knowing that it's gonna be some bullshit. This is real life. This ain't no dream. Nothing. This is real life. So I know somebody said it's 2022. Somebody said, "I know that ain't that nigga Faise." And I'm like, all right, this shit finna go down because you never know when shit can go down. But definitely in the heart of the shit, it's like you got to know how certain shit move. So hey, I know that ain't the fake. I turned around. As I was turning around and I was still walking, I felt the same type of pause that took place when I was at that gas station. And I know they shifted it because the original voice changed. And it shifted to a whole nother person who I'm cool with, who I know. Right? And the tone and everything changed. Now, first of all, nigga say, I know that ain't that nigga Faise. You already know it's some shit. But that shifted from that to a nigga saying, what's going on? I ain't seen you in a long time. That was a whole different conversation. The other 3 people that was in the SUV disappeared. They were no longer there. It was only him. Now, I'm not going to say the person's name. He ain't even really in like the notable spotlight either, but I'm not going to say his name, who it actually was. But who I thought it was a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? So we wind up exchanging information and I got the fuck up out of there. My point is, that's Shaitan territory. Anywhere the snakes are, that's Shaitan territory. All right? Now you got YSL, which baby I know it's a little complicated, but he's still linked in with them. You know what I'm saying? That's why he'll say stuff like he's slime for real, or he, you know what I'm saying, he rolled with them snakes. He had a lyric that said, I heard you a rat. You know what I'm saying? Some, you know what's gonna happen when we catch up to you, because I ride with them snakes, something to that effect. Right? So when you're thinking about the snakes, and even when you say YSL, flip the letters around in YSL and you get the word slide. Right? Which brings you around to the nature and the characteristics of the being that was mentioned in the book of Genesis, who went by Nakash, or the serpent, who was more subtle or cunning or sly than all of the other creatures or beings that were created of the field. So all of these beings that operate in these realities have to know how hell operate because they right there in hell. So it's not far off for them to take a deal because they already doing the works of Shaitan anyway. That's why in a letter to Sexy Red, I said 4PF, YSL, whoever else. I called a bunch of different names saying they did the devil's work, destroying our communities with sex, money, murder missions. They didn't need the industry to be devilish. If you've never stared down the barrel of a gun for somebody who's supposed to be your brother, and I know it don't just happen in a letter, you know what I'm saying? If you never seen somebody get their head blown or get jumped on or an elder get robbed or all this other stuff, these are the works of the devil, Shaitan. Whatever race or whatever orientation, doesn't matter. These are his works. So it's not far off that you will be integrated into an industry that's already known for blood sacrifice, which is why a lot of them blow up right after somebody dies. You feel what I'm saying? It's already known for blood sacrifice. It's already known for blood currency. Okay, which is 2 different conversations that link in with each other, because the blood sacrifice is a whole different situation. You get into the, you know what I'm saying, the Yoruba work and all this other stuff. It's way deeper, because you're going to people that are of a higher level to say that you're going to exchange this person's whole being, essence, okay, in exchange for something that is most of the time just material, and it doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the blood currency, which is still saying that blood within itself is money. Okay, when people say blood in and blood out, or back in blood. Okay, these are all terminology speaking about the fact that it ain't on some mystical shit. They have hip-hop assassins, and the government has all kinds of assassins and people that roll around when it's time to collect. Okay, no matter who it is, if they say it's time to collect, they're going to come and send those same exact beings or people that will come through, get rid of this person, however they get rid of them, like we spoke of before. All right, and then you'll see somebody exchange and go on to another level, which most people should be familiar with this. So my point is, when you're dealing with these people, they already in the devil's den. They already doing the devil's work. You know what I'm saying? You've heard them say things like, you know, we the ones that handle murders like gentlemen. I know exactly what he's talking about, because that's what you speak about when I went into the whole concept of business when it comes to murder. They dealing with it as a business. They looking at it like if something takes place where there's a disagreement, okay, this disagreement to you might seem like a disagreement. If somebody's speaking on somebody's brand, them speaking on the brand to you might seem like it's just speaking on the brand. But it goes deeper than that, to the point where somebody says this is affecting our sales, or this could potentially affect our sales, or if this person gets big enough, they can shut down X amount of, you know what I'm saying, operations that are bringing money through these places and over here. So they'll say, you know what, we will cut the loss and pay the fine to get rid of this person or this distraction or this problem, whatever they would call it, so that we would be able to keep those operations going. That's business. You feel what I'm saying? McDonald's does it. Subway, Walmart, they all do it. They buy out their competition. You seen Facebook do it. You know what I'm saying? This just happens to be a more serious situation when it comes to the people who are, you know what I'm saying, involved in it, because you're dealing with a spiritual battle where this business is saying that Shaitan is moving a certain way in the earth plane, and then God is moving another way. And that business or that beef has been going on for so long that it's almost like you don't even realize it's still taking place. Where you got people coming up and saying that they with the snakes. You got people coming up and saying they with the goats. You got people that are coming up and saying they with the scorpion. You got people that are coming up and saying they literally do the works of the devil. And that's why I asked or spoke in the song, Letter to the Baby, I said, when you went to the BET Awards, which I told people what BET was, you can see the 5-pointed star. BET is Baphomet. You understand? That 5-pointed star is a whole different God. So when he said he thanks the Most High, I asked, what was the name of his God? You understand? There was a situation that took place not too long ago where he was performing and shots went off, right? And when those shots went off, which was taking, I think it was taking place on something called BL Street, BEELE Street, all right? And one of his performances, I went live and explained it to people. I said, you can see the word BL there. You see Baal right there on the street that it's taking place at. Baal, which is the 5-pointed star God. So when you're getting this reward, and I'm asking which God are you speaking about, it's the same thing when Beyonce receives a award and she wants to thank God, or anybody receives a award and say they want to thank God. People think that when they saying God, that means the Most High, who is associated with Elion, okay, which is the God of the Hebrew Israelites, or the God of Abraham, or the God of the Bible simply, okay, which you just can't say it too simple because there are multiple gods of the Bible, where they speak about it in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4, that the God of this world is Shaitan. You understand? So a lot of people are under the misconception that there's only one God. No, there are multiple gods. It's just that there was a command that was given that says, you shall have no other gods before me. You understand? That's what the Shahada is about. Have no other gods before me. Don't acknowledge anybody else as your Lord. So when these people are coming out and saying that they're rocking with a particular being called the Most High, all right, you have to still question and ask which of the Most Highs are they speaking about, or the Eli's, all right, are they speaking about? Because Eli will be the same thing. Eli meant exalted, okay, like Te'ala. When you say Te'ala, you're saying exalted, or something that is higher than what you think is exalted, okay? And when you say Allah, you're still hearing the word Eli, all right? Eli, lema sabachthani, okay, meaning Eli, two different L's, and there's the lama and the sabat, okay? So they're still gods. They still fight. They still have the extraterrestrial technology. They still the Decepticons versus the Autobots. They still very powerful. Don't think that Lucifer ain't powerful if he was able to wage war on the Most High. You feel what I'm saying? Don't think that Halel ain't powerful, that Marduk had to clone himself in order to fight that being. You understand? So these beings are still powerful, and God has an army for a reason. And Michael rode with soldiers for a reason. Okay? And what you may find is that oftentimes the agreeable ones have to learn how to be more aggressive beings. We have to learn what it is to be monsters in certain realities, because all we want is order. That's the tree we come up under, or the pole we come up under, or the gate we come up under, or the pylon we come up under, or the leader we come up under. You understand? Or the Qaid we come up under. We come up under order, and some come up under disorder. So what's the point here? The point here is we said you will know the tree based off of the fruit that it bears. And when you're saying the word tree in Hebrew or Ibri, you're saying Elon, okay? So the question would be, when you're saying baby or little baby, because he ain't the first baby. Remember, you had baby who was supposed to be Birdman. Then you had Wheezy F baby, okay? Then you had little baby. Then you have Dub baby. What is his baby? Babby, okay? Did not Birdman have the 5-pointed star on his head? What did it represent? Did we not go over the Anton Levy, okay, which is Leve Anton Leviathan, okay, and how he was positioned right there with the pentagram, which is the 5-pointed star, associated with Samael and Baphomet, okay, who was also associated with Set, which means what? That when you're saying Set, you have to look at another word, Bab. Go look it up. Set, Bab. Bab. All right? Spell the word Babylon. B-A-B-Y. Listen, L-O-N. Babylon. That's a phase where you're going with this. I can show you where I'm going with it. If I'm saying Babylon, I'm speaking of a place that was ruled by a god of confusion. And if you go look up who Set is, Set was the god of confusion. All right? And you have all these people who are part of these things, these gang members. Listen, all right, organized criminals that are a part of things called sets. Are you with me? To the point where people get to throwing up their set when it's time to do the works of the devil. Are you with me? They have places and locations referred to as the devil's playground. You understand? They ride around with pitchforks, and you got to ask me how I know. I'm very familiar. Are you with me? So there's a whole conversation about what it takes to go to war. You use pitchforks to go to war. All right. Set was one of those beings who would bring a whole establishment or a kingdom to its knees from the destructive aspect. You understand? Not for order. Because you have some that will come through for order, like Revelation chapter 21 speaks of. Okay. So you have Babylon. Elon. I told you Elon is a word meaning tree. Okay. Bab gives you Set. Bab also gives you Baba. Bab gives you a lot of shit. So if you say Bab Elon, you're saying Set's tree. And you will judge a tree based off the fruit that it bears. So we say, you are of your father, the devil. You are of your ascended master, the devil. Shaitan, Set. The lust, the works of your father, you will do. All right? That's why they had the movements like sex, money, murder that became way bigger than just some game. It became a mindset. Slime. Listen to it. Slime. Okay? The slithering of the reptilians, YSL, the snakes, became a lifestyle, not just a game that was affecting and associated with all these different groups of people to the point where if you weren't even a part of the game or a part of the organization, people were walking around saying, I'm going to slime a nigga out. You understand? Or you finna get slimed out. Okay? So there was an environment created by the same ones who walk in the order of Set. So when you're saying Babylon, you still got to say baby. Are you with me? Which is baby as in little baby. And when you're saying Babylon, you got to look at the fact that the word lom or loom is a word that means to be obstinate, which if you're not familiar with that word, it's just another way to say you're stubborn or stuck in your ways, all right, and you're not able to ascend like Iblis wanted people to be. He wanted people to fall low and not be able to ascend. Who was another one that, if you go and look it up, Iblis was referred to as the obstinate one, the proud one. You understand? The one who didn't want to prostrate, okay, or to acknowledge a new creation of beings that could have went on to become higher than even he was. He wouldn't be able to see it. He couldn't see blackness into light. He said, I made a fire. You understand? You made me with this spirit or this holy, fiery spirit. Why would I bow down to some beings who were just made of mere clay? Meaning, if I'm an ascended master, why would I bow down to this person? He can't teach me shit. You get what I'm saying? But Allah, Alim, was trying to tell him that there was something else coming from this creation of beings. He knew what they didn't know. So when you're saying Babylon, all right, you're saying the obstinate one, okay, that comes up under Set. Stay with me. And if you spell it another way, when you say Lum, another way they spell it is literally L-I-Y-N. Okay? So he said Babylon. If you go look up what Bab-Elim means, it'll say God's gate. God's gate. All right? So who is God? Literally, when you're saying God, you're speaking about different groups of beings. The Elah or the Elah, the Lamb or the Sabbath. So the question is, which gate are people going to walk through? Are you going to walk in the order of Set, which is the disorder, or are you going to walk in the order of Ra, all right, or the Most High, meaning the devil or God? It's the same thing I said when I said God for president. You go listen to that song on the Blood of the Lamb album, okay? I said God for president. I said, are you in it for your body or your soul? Are you going to rock with these people who have made it all about the carnal mind and the desires of the flesh and the primitive nature of attack and destroy and seek to kill and fight for survival? Are you going to make it about that? Are you going to make it about your ascension process, okay, that has been scientifically confirmed when you speak about the God gene, the VMAT2 gene, all these other things? Are you going to make it about your ascension process to become much more than just a Homo sapien being? All right. Are you becoming a superman or a super being? All right. Or are you falling back, okay, into the lesser light or the lesser beings? All right. So the answer is there was no deal that needed to be taken. You know what I'm saying? Because the deal or the ordeal is already present. And the fact is, people like Dominique, it's interesting enough that it fell off the tongue like that, because in the song, I said, you're going to be Dominique or demonic. Okay? If I say Dominique, what am I saying? I'm saying of the Lord. If I'm saying demonic, I'm saying of the devil or of the demons. Go look it up. You'll find it means the same thing. Listen, it's different lords, but they're still lords or leaders. Okay? So Baal is a lord. Jesus is a lord. Lucifer was a lord. All right? Whoever, these Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, It means somebody that has a higher status. And even though you may not be familiar with who all of these beings are, they've been documented for thousands of years. And these are their works. Their works are murder, destruction, chaos, confusion, which is why you have to question, why would any God, Genesis chapter 11, want to say, I want to go down and confound their tongues and turn this group of beings away from each other, scatter them all about abroad, and make it be that they cannot understand each other, which brings you back around to Bab, because the word Bab, El, which if you were saying Bab, El, you're saying Set, Bab, El, God, and that word means confusion, or to make confusing sounds. If somebody's babbling, it means you're jumbling your words up, and people can't understand. It's unintelligible what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Or incomprehensible. So why would any God who wanted to raise people up out of the darkness into the light say, we're going to go down there and confuse their tongues? That's when you realize whose tower, listen, whose tower, whose pole, whose tree that came up under, whose fruits that was. That was Set's fruit. That was Shaitan's fruit. Those were his works. So you may think, oh, that had to be God, the Most High, who cares about everybody. No, that had to be whoever that being was who does not want you to ascend. When you got the stories of Lemuria versus Atlantis, interestingly enough, Atlantis comes up because right now we're still looking at the battle in Atlantis. Are you listening? Are you listening to me? Okay, we still got Thoth as an energy, or Ta as an energy in Atlantis, which is the music mecca of your world right now. Okay, which is why the baby himself said they get the swag, listen, from Atlanta and run off. What does that mean? How does it become a situation where the most suave, you understand, the most finesse, all that coming from a city like Atlanta? There was no mistake. There was no accident. This is the heart of your planet. You understand? And how do you know that? Because there's a beat coming out of Atlanta, and the heart forms a beat. Everybody wants to replicate Atlanta's sound. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to replicate Atlanta's culture, as you call it, all right, or way of life, or way of finesse, which means that as this was a land of Nod or Wonderland, okay, other perpetrators of prophets have gone out into different parts, Chicago, New York, all these different parts, and spread, okay, these messages of Shaitan. And why do I say messages? Because that's the frequency, the resonance that people start to take in and internalize and put into their own music. And next thing you know, people from all the way over damn in Europe, it sounded like niggas from Atlanta. You feel what I'm saying? A same type of voice or tone that was coming out of the heart. So where would the fight begin and end, if not where it started at, which is the heart of Atlanta? So what they didn't want to do, this came back a long time ago. I was speaking on stuff like this since like 2015. They didn't want to ever respond to me. They never wanted to ever acknowledge any of the things that I was saying, from the fact that most of these people who came out as these artists in Atlanta, they knew me personally. They knew me as a teacher. You understand? They knew me as a stand-up man, if you understand what I'm saying. A man who walked upright. They knew me personally since I was young, going around in these communities. I told them that the Masons approached me, you feel what I'm saying, and came to me and said, I want to talk to you about the square. Why did they come to me? Because first of all, the whole purpose of being a Mason, and this is why I said in the song, which you'll hear, I said we both done took an oath. Are you listening? The whole purpose of being a traveler or a Mason or somebody of a higher status, okay, is to become a better man or woman for the sisters and their deeds, the Eastern Stars, right? It's all about your deeds and becoming a better man or a better woman. So we're looking at your works. That's what they were looking at, your works. To see, this is just the simplest form of masonry, saying you're dealing with somebody who has a particular works, and they looking at themselves as the brick, not just their laying brick. They're looking at themselves as the brick, and they're looking at other people as bricks, and they're ashlars that have to be smoothed out to become better or more round, all right, or more perfect or whole, which we'll get into that in a second. Are you with me? So if you look into the history of Phase One, you go back into Letters from a Watcher, all right, on SoundCloud, Phase One, The Done, no accident, Phase One, The Done on SoundCloud. I was 14, 15 years old, had a mixtape come out with 13 tracks on it, Letters from a Watcher. And the first tape on it was The Alarm Clock, okay? And I went into speaking on all these different things. If you remember, Young Thug had a song called Thief in the Night, and I remixed it. And I had all these different songs on it that were laying out all these different prophecies and things that were going to take place. Okay, there was another song called Pipe Down, where I said all of these major rappers who were putting out all these demonic frequencies were going to be extinct. That's back in 2015. You will hear me say it. Are you with me? So the war has been taking place since then. So the question is, which gate are people going to walk? All right, and I'm not misspeaking. not just walk through. Which gate are you going to walk? Because when you're saying the word gate, you're saying G-A-I-T, which means to walk a certain way. Are you with me? You have the way of the water, where you navigate, navi meaning water, okay? And you're going to be able to have a walk of the water, to be able to walk on water. Things that people who were not full of that faith or that raw or that spirit information, they weren't able to do it. Like Peter, which meant to sink, or a rock, if you understand. And Peter was also referred to as Shaitan. Get thee behind me, Shaitan. So you have the way of the water, which they make a movie, Avatar. Listen, Avatar, star, father, Avatar, descend. All right, beings that incarnated into your realm, into an avatar. Are you with me? And they have something referred to as the way of the water. So if I'm saying navigate, what's another way that you're saying navi? You're saying nebi. And the word nebi is speaking of a prophet. Are you with me? Somebody who is a prophet coming with the word of God. Now, in 2020, okay, all of the ones who were going around with their prophecies or their messages had to be sat on ice for a while because they were not allowed to tour. Are you with me? Well, you get into the conversation of if you're saying nebi or a prophet, you thinking that just because somebody is being called a prophet, that they must be sent from God, or Rasul. They must be somebody who is sent. No, that's not the case. That's why they said there will be other people who brought messages of fallacy. Okay, false prophets. Flip the letters around. False, F-A-L-E-S, phallus. Okay, prophecies or messages that don't come from the water. And if you want to know where the water is, it's right there in the center. The center of that crossroad that I talked to you about. Are you with me? That's where that water is, or where those two seas meet. That's why we said, you go back to the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 13 and 14. What do we speak about? Enter ye at the straight gate. And you ask, what does straight sound like? Straight sounds like right up and down. Okay? Or the quickest point between, or quickest pathway between 2 points. Straight. But the word straight, S-T-R-A-I-T, which is what they use, all right, is referring to a place that links two seas together. What does that sound like? Where the two seas meet. And we said enter in at that place, okay? Because narrow is the way. Narrow is the what? The way, Patarak. Narrow is the way. Way of the water. Narrow is the way. Way of the water. Narrow is the way. Way of the water. Faise, why did you say it 3 times? Because I'm putting emphasis on narrow. If you go and look up what the Greek word narrow is, it is water. Water is the way of the water. Okay? But they didn't just say the way. They said it was a way that led up to what? Eve. Life. Are you with me? So if you're met at that center point, I'm going to blow your mind. And if you didn't know what I meant by narrow, I'm spelling it N-A-R-O. Okay? The Greek word, which sounds like narrow, doesn't it? No coincidences. Go read Matthew chapter 7, verse 13 through 14, and you'll see what I'm saying. All right? There's a code that we left there. So you have the narrow way, okay, which is the way of the water. And we said that's what leads to being like Eve, okay, or the living ones. Man became a living soul, remember? All right, Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. So if you flip N-A-R-O around, we on some major code breaking shit this shot. Let me get some water up in me. I hope y'all ain't got nothing else to do but to rise up. This is a riser. If you spell N-A-R-O backwards, what do you get? Orion. Now, phonetically, you already know where I'm going with it. Orion. What does it sound like? Orion, or heaven, or Oranos. Okay? But don't stop there, because when you're saying Orion, or, the word or is light. And the word anu is anu, speaking about the skies, the lights of the heavens. And go find that Oranos or Uranus was speaking about what? The light of the heavens. You understand? Don't go anywhere yet, because you'll also find that Oran meant the green one, or little green one. All right? Another translation gives you the word song, okay, which is interesting because we'll get there, you know what I'm saying, next year, right? So you have Oran from narrow. The way is narrow, the water. You flip it around, you get Oran, the green one. Where does the green meet? At that G from Roy G. Biv. R-O-Y. Then you have that G in the center, B-I-V. Okay, blue, indigo, violet. So red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet. All right, or red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. That G or that green is right there in the center. Are y'all with me? I hope nobody's being lost about it. Because once you have that activation in the center with that narrow, Guess who you come in contact with? El-Qadir, the green one. So narrow and Kidder go hand in hand. All right. So then what are we trying to get you to see? That when you're saying you're taking this walk on water or above water, after you pass that crossroad, you come in contact with this green light. Okay. And then you're met with the decision or choice to go into the heavens or to descend. So you're either ascending or descending back into the pit or the bowels or the sacral or the stomach or whatever you want to call it, the hara, all right, Sheol, hell, Jahannam, Naraka, whatever you want to call it. You have a choice there. So when I say you're going to be Dominique or demonic, all right, which one of the masters are you going to listen to? Dominique Jones? Which one of the masters are you going to listen to? And it ain't just him. We'll get to all of them. But the point is, I know you know better. I know you know better. I can tell. That's why I said in the song, I can look and tell your mother raised you. Listen, not everybody says the Most High. People say, I like to thank God. People like to say, I like to thank Jesus. You had to be from a certain type of cloth for the word Most High to come out your mouth. I know you know better. And I know it might be stinging at times, but look at it like this. If I would have never made as much noise as I made since 2015, drill culture would probably still be booming right now. More people would be dying to the hands of this beast and his breath or his spirit or his movement. I had to make war. That's why I said when everybody was coming at me, say, damn, why you coming at Wham? Why you coming at little baby? I say this shit is deeper than what it seems like. Nobody can say that anything that I'm saying is false. And if you are, you know you a liar. You know that everything I'm saying is true. That's why I call people out like Nuda 05. I say, bro, you were right there in the class with me, and I told you to your face, you're a star. I said, look at how your peers responded to you. I said, you're a star. You're going to make it. Remember that I told you this, and remember how you're going to use your power. Was talking to him personally. It's people that I can call out. People like my brother Slime Life Shawty. He bear witness to the things that I taught when I was at Carver. You want to know why the Unks became famous? Why people like Young Thug and them was walking around with Unks? That was literally because of Phase One. To the point where I was walking up on brothers who had the Unk. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. Go look up Phase One Productions on YouTube. Go do your research, and you will see. And people were walking on. That's how I met some of these people. They had the Unk on and said, what does that mean? They didn't even know what it meant. They didn't even know why they were wearing it. They didn't know why they went from crosses to Unks. You understand? But it's something that I put into fashion on purpose. The name of the organization in high school was called Pharaoh Clan. And I told people the word Pharaoh was speaking about who you will become, to what man will become. Pharaoh. Pharaoh. And we've broken that down before. All right, that fire that goes up in you, that activates that same central point, Katab, the heart, that allows for you to ascend, all right, and activate that crown. And everything I told them when it was going to happen, it wound up happening. So the point is this. What route were people going to take? Which door or gate were you going to walk through? And once you understood what the path was, then why didn't you take it? So what happens is they get access to certain types of power, right? And they say, well, I got time. They know they playing with fire. You go watch the Forever music video with Lil Baby and Lil Wayne. He know he playing with fire. He's dressed in flames. And he starts off by saying, if I sell my soul, I'll take it back. I'm slime forever. First of all, it's an oxymoron. Because if you slime forever, you're speaking about you being conjoined with the serpent, the snake, forever. That's what happens when you sell your soul. So it's like, I know you probably didn't think about it, but it's like, if you're saying you're going to take your soul back and you're slime forever, it doesn't add up. Because if you slime forever, you're rocking with Nakash until the end. All right? Or you're rocking with Iblis until the end. So think about it. If we call these people stars, we call these people celebrities, celebrated entities. We look at them as gods. They call themselves gods. Then you have to ask yourself, whose gods are they? Whose stars are they? If they're messengers, which they are, they can put out a message today that changes the whole culture. All right? If they're messengers or angels, then you have to ask, whose messengers are they? And you have to remember that Shaitan, Revelation chapter 12, had his own messengers, his own idols. Okay? And remember that the idol mind is the devil's workshop. So you got to be really careful about idolizing. Okay? Because you can make a sound all day. You can rev up like the church. You can rev up, but if you ain't making no motion, then you're idling. And they said that the idle mind is the devil's workshop because when nothing's going on, when people are bored, all right, they wind up making these decisions. that they end up regretting later. Are you with me? So the point is, it's way deeper than a Lil Baby. You here because you think Lil Baby. It was way deeper than the Drake. You was there because you thought Drake. It's way deeper than 19 Keys. You there because you thought 19 Keys. It's way deeper than Sexy Red. You was there because you thought Sexy Red. It's way deeper than Beyonce. You was there because you thought Beyonce. Do you not get it yet? How many more do we got to line up? These are stars, your gods of your planet. Right now, they are the gods of the earth. And we are calling them all forth, okay, with that same voice of command since the beginning. The same voice that said, let there be light, not darkness. Let there be light. They're saying, come forth. All right? Who you with? Are you with me? What else you got for me, y'all? Let's do it. Because I'm telling you, I got time. And I'm at war right now, y'all. There's a lot going on, bro. We locked in. We in the trenches. I can't hear you.
Okay. Shit, I see Lil Baby, the GOAT, man. I know you went in a little bit on the GOAT thing, but I see they put GOATs in their video. Yep. So got to be a GOAT in the background. It's always the GOAT. Even in that video where I think that Drake came back at you, he had GOAT symbolically in there. So I'm saying, like, I know it's connected with the bottomette, but what is like the symbolism behind the GOAT, like that, by using the GOAT? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. So it's still linked up to Babylon. It's still linked up to Set, because you're speaking about the ruler of darkness, okay, or the ruler of the dark ages, or the age of darkness. You would want to make sure that you differentiate between the two, okay, because dark ages only go but so far. The age of darkness, they would have still been doing it if Pops never revitalized New Wabu, or the golden movement, or the golden age, to bring the sun back, which was the gold, the light back, okay, to counteract the lesser light of the moon. All right, so you're still speaking about literally the dark lords, or the Bab lords. Are you with me? So when you're saying Baphomet, the GOAT, you're speaking about a whole group of beings, like we went over before, that's associated with people like Samael. If you go look up who Samael is, Samael, all right, and look at the pentagram that's around him, that 5-pointed star, which Lil Baby wears on one of his rings, you have to ask yourself, if Lil Baby is a known Crip, why is he rocking the 5-pointed star? Are you with me? Should not that be the 6-pointed star if he's a known Crip? And why have all of these rappers been told to go and get the 5-pointed star ring? And why was it even something that they would do? What would be the point? He said, well, they're just saying that they're stars. Okay, well, then BET is just saying that it's a star too, when they give them these awards for doing the devil's works, or putting out the devil's messages, or Shaitan. And I'm using Shaitan and the devil for all the people who be wondering, like, why is he using these words? For the people who are the masses, who know what these words mean, and there's some type of resonance associated with it. If you think you're so advanced that you don't have to use it no more, then you should definitely understand it too. It's a win-win. You understand? So the Dark Lords are the ones who are associated with all of the confusion that's been taking place since the door of Pan, not the door of who? Are you with me? The door of Pan, the heavy metal, not the water, okay, was released on the planet. Pandora's box, when it was open, all of these evil frequencies went out into the planet. So when you say Pan, you're speaking of another being that was associated with the GOAT, or a satyr, all right, which is also Set, Yor. Say satyr, Set, or. And you're saying the light of Set, which is the dark light or the lesser light. And that is none other than Pan, which is why everybody that's following after these people are referred to as Pan addicts. They're addicted to Pan. He said, Faise, you didn't say it right. No, I did say it right. Did you hear it right? Pan addicts, fanatics. And we say the word fan phonetically, you're still saying Pan. Are you with me? So Pan is a GOAT. Azazilla is a GOAT. Samael is a GOAT. All of these beings are associated with that GOAT. So they say, no, we're referring to the greatest of all times. Okay, so you have to ask yourself, then how the fuck is 100 motherfuckers the greatest of all time, where the word greatest is speaking about one person? If I say, I'm the greatest here, you know, like, okay, if everybody put a certain amount, if we go outside and we gather some pebbles, and we come back in the house and we put the pebbles on the table, say, who got the greatest amount? You know what I mean? It can't be everybody with the greatest amount, unless you speak about everybody got the same number, which is a whole different conversation. But to say the word greatest is to say, who has the greatest amount? And if I got 9, this other person got 6, and the other person got 3, I had the greatest amount. Everybody ain't the greatest. Are you with me? No, the greatest of all time for them is none other than Sam. Okay? Pan. And that's speaking about a degree. That's why you have Alexander the Great. Great is speaking about a degree. You reach a certain type of, it's like saying the Supreme Grand Master Atum Re. or the grand hierophant, or the grand potentate, potent being the key word there. All right? So there's only one Elion of a very particular cause or situation or orientation. There's only one tallest in the room, or there's only one highest in the room. So when we say greatest of all time, for them, they're speaking about Pan or Baphomet. And all of these are the same beings. They come up under the symbolism of the goat, all right, to represent beings who are only caring about themselves and what they can devour and consume. Okay? So you go research things like Yom Kippur and Azazel. All right? These are all the symbolisms. So you have to ask yourself, if the Church of Shaitan comes up under that same goat, then what makes you think that when we're saying pay attention to all these people's association with the goat, okay, that it's not valid because they're still putting out the messages of Shaitan? When the last time you seen somebody like Kirk Franklin or Mary come out with a goat or goat symbolism? You know what I'm saying? Or a music video for a Christian and all these people, goats are dancing around them, or an Axe commercial for a goddamn Tamala man. And that's not to say that these people who do gospel aren't satanic, because they got their ties to the beast as well. Are you with me? It's just that this is the mascot of Shaitan. It's always been. You don't just get to come in, that's none of them, brother, panic nobody. You don't just get to come in and say it ain't been. Because they try to say, oh, it came from the Moors. That's 100% super cap. It came all the way from Greek when those people said, this is our image. We're going to let this be the image of this horned being, this fallen being, this chaotic being, which is where you get the word panic from. The shriek that comes off of these beings, the frequency, all right, the noisy frequency that calls for beings like Enlil to say, we finna destroy all this shit. These beings are out of whack. Are you with me? So when you say pan, you're saying somebody that is of Pan, literally. Say we say demonic, somebody that's of demons. Okay, Dominique, somebody of the Lord. So the baby had a lyric that said, change my name to the kid. That's a baby goat. And in another song, he said, I never call myself a goat. I leave that up to the people. And in another song, he said, what? He trying to diss me to blow up. I peep it. I can't respond. I just go at your peoples. Right? And in that same verse, he said, I ain't a goat, but I fit the description. So you have to ask him, which one is it? You change your name to the kid, that's a baby goat. You never call yourself a goat. You leave it up to the people. You're not a goat, but you fit the description. Okay, so then here's what I'm getting from that. You know you're not supposed to be playing in the devil's world. You know you're not supposed to be in their order. You know you're not supposed to be a goat. You fit the description because you're doing the works of the goat. Something would have possessed you to say that you'll steal your soul back if you sold it. And something calls for that song called Monica, okay, which is or with Monica. What was the song? I think it was, what was the name of the song? Trenches, I think. I think the name of the song Trenches he did with it was Lil Baby and Monica. Either way, go look it up. I think it was Trenches. Somebody commented, let me know, and fact check me on it. But the song, the lyrics of the chorus, Monica was saying, she's watching in plain view. You're caught up in tangle in the web of the world. Web. Okay, remember the World Wide Web, Shaitan. Spider, that's another way he come. And you had a lot of them coming through with the spiders. All right? She said, I'm watching in plain view. You caught up in tangle in the web of the world. I wish I could save you. Yeah, I think it was called Trenches. Deep down, you're an angel. Go listen to it. She said, deep down, you're an angel. The street life, it trained you. But listen to your girl. Don't let the game keep playing you. Right? So there had to be some type of conversation that's taking place, because even in that song, if it was for no other reason but to put the message out, when we saying to all of these people, I told my Umi back in 2018, I said, if Dominique, if Lil Baby had his hands on right knowledge, he would be one of our most powerful warriors. If he were brought up in right knowledge, he would be probably doing the same thing that I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying? Because he's a warrior. You can look and tell who we are. And if I say, bro, you're not supposed to be over there, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Listen, let me go deeper. I've had many dreams where Baby and I had wars. You know what I'm saying? We've had wars. We had all kind of wars in the dreams. But we've also had conversations. And often the conversation led to me explaining to him, family, you're not supposed to be over there. You ain't supposed to be over there. A lot of people ain't supposed to be over there. It's a few people that you can look and tell that they needed your power. Kevin Gates is one of them. Summer Walker is one of them. They needed your power. You were never supposed to be in their industry. You feel what I'm saying? But they know stars are born. How do you know stars are born, and what does that mean? Stars is speaking about powerful rulers or gods to be. So when you had somebody like Harold who was on the lookout for a very specific being, for a very specific prophecy. He was looking out for stars. They were following stars and seeing stars appear, and they knew what those things meant. And Harold, niggas think to put a hit out, Harold, motherfucker, he put a hit out on everybody who was 2 years old and younger, nigga, to catch one nigga. He put a hit out on every motherfucking body. Are you with me? So there had to be a situation where even back then, there was a certain type of business that was taking place, certain type of operations that the birth of whoever that being was threatened. You feel what I'm saying? So I was talking to one of my brothers who I went on tour with in 2021, Montana 300. And I told him he one of them too. I said, bro, you one of these angels. I know everybody that said stars don't align. I done met people like J. Cole, all that. Listen, none of this is by accident. Nigga, we got work to do. We were having a conversation. In the middle of the conversation, I look on his bookshelf. He had like a big bookshelf library. I think I've spoken to you about this before, Young Elder. But I look on his bookshelf. He had the Leviathan book on his shelf by Dr. York. After I was just talking to him about Dr. York, he was the one who showed me the Meteor Man movie and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I was explaining to him, I said, we right here exactly in this moment where we're supposed to be. But he asked a question. He said, what is your why? Why are you doing everything that you're doing? Why do you go hard as you go? I said, they were never going to let me play. My why is from the moment that I was conceived and my star appeared, if you understand what I'm saying, Harold was after me. From the moment that I was conceived, and even before then, they were trying to stop the union of my mother and my father. And even after I was conceived, they were trying to convince, which is why my mother identified with that song Zion so much, and I'm sure a lot of sisters do. You understand? They were trying to get my mother to abort. You understand? And 3 attempts were made, and neither one of them went through. Are you with me? So there's been a war on my life since the moment of my conception. So then what would make you think that these devils would let me play? If you get what I'm saying, meaning I could have come out and been just like Justin Bieber, nigga, they still would have been after me. You understand? So there was no use in me trying to quote unquote play the game, because a lot of people ask me that. They say, you don't think you just want to play the game? Don't you want to just try to see if you can get a deal, or, you know, see if you can just get in the door and then switch it up? No, they kill us. They kill the ones who think they finna try that game. You feel what I'm saying? That's why people like Pop was trying to let people know before he left what was going on. He said they want me to be an angel in a world full of devils. As he was associated with Suge Knight, they put him on death row, literally, all right? And they moved in the Bad Boys, which is the Dragon, Puff Diddy, and I told y'all we coming for him too, meaning in the spirit realm, he already know. That's why you see the nigga posted up with Sage and Amethyst and shit. He already know his ass in trouble, because we have not forgotten what took place with Tupac Amaru Shakur. And you may be wondering, how could somebody who's 25 years old, wasn't even born then, have a bone to pick with you about what happened to Tupac? Because we've had a bone to pick with you about what happened to Malcolm. We had a bone to pick with you about what happened to Malachi. We had a bone to pick with you about what happened to Jesus, Mashiach, the Messiah. All right? We had a bone to pick with you about any of the ones that we sent to help bring this realm back to order, that because of their being agreeable, you took it upon your devilish selves to slaughter them. You understand? The bone is still to be picked with all of you dogs. So when Drake said to all the dogs and put all of y'all alert, and he blew that whistle, okay, and you stepped out to let yourself be known that you're associated with them, I hope you understand what you're doing. So the point is, all right, the Dark Lords' time is up. Their rulership is up. They try to ignore Omari. They tried to ignore Phase One. Go listen to the Everybody song, E-R-E-B-O-D-Y, Everybody, okay? The response when the baby dropped the Everybody song, he said, he put my name in the song. What the fuck is he on? I don't know, but we got to go get him. There was a lot of responses that the fans don't know nothing about. He say, how could the baby even know what you're talking about? Because Nuno 05, one of his artists, and y'all may not think it like this because you see these people as big superstars. These niggas is niggas. They real people. They sit in the studios and talk about shit that's going on. They'll hold the phone and say, you seen this? Or he'll say shit like, I don't like. He'll hit up people and say, we ain't rocking with them. He'll get a blackball movie. These people do. There's a lot of people that have moved to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So you think that these just regular people, these star people, they regular people too that sit down and have conversations. So I know all the conversations that been happening. And another thing that they weren't aware about was a lot of people that was associated with this whole 4PF movement were walking with me first. So they come back and give me information. Now they'll have to take that home and sleep with it to figure out who it is. And you'll probably never figure it out. That's a science called infiltration. And we learn from the greatest. Counterintelligence program, FBI. Yeah, it's people that's right around you letting me know what's being said. It's people that you say, ain't no way it's that deep. It gotta be that deep. You will literally find evidence of what I'm saying if you just go look at the track record of the things that I've been speaking about. So then you have to ask yourself, why I got all these receipts? You go look at the music video where you see me, I commented 3 crowns, which was how the pharaohs would comment and speak. There's a lot of things we said. We say, Pharaoh, what burning? We say that's solar. You know what I'm saying? What you standing on? That square 90 degrees. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things. So you see me comment the 3 and he pinned it. Why would Nudo05 pin my comment and he don't fuck with me? You know what I'm saying? Why would any of these people turn away other than the fact that I called out these lords of Atlanta, which is the music mecca of the world? Are you rocking with me? You get what I'm saying? So the whole point is they had to come out how they came out. They had to have an issue with me because I was affecting their business. All right? So then go listen to the Everybody song and you will hear where I said, this a David and Goliath slingshot and niggas scared about it. I got so many niggas that's up in the industry shook. I done tried to be patient, but these niggas looking for smoke. I'm like, fuck it, it finna be cooked. Right? What's the key point here? David and Goliath slingshot. You tried to ignore Omari. What happened in your reality? A D1. It went from Phase One to D1. Now you see everybody talking about the D1 person. What'd he do? He got his locks up in the crown formation. Like if you go look at my Truth Is music video, you'll see who was doing it. Go look up Truth Is Phase One. You'll see my locks up in the crown. Tied up the same way he be tying his up. He came at Rick Ross, Meek Mill, Jim Jones, and he started saying, we drawing the line in the sand. Are you with me? And because we drawing the line in that sand, niggas finna have to choose which side they on. Are you with me? So you try to ignore Phase One, but then you realize, like I told them, you can't ignore the magic because when that magic get to moving, it may not even be me that show up to your door. You understand? When that magic get to moving, you look out and say, wait a minute, this nigga Phase One has cloned himself to fight us. Wait a minute, nigga Marduk cloned himself to fight Hey Loud. You understand? Because the more we speak, even when they tell us that you got to stop speaking, people were telling me that, say you got to be cautious, you got to be careful. Niggas literally, one nigga told me, yo, you knock on the devil door long enough, somebody gonna answer. You understand? There was a, what was the movie? 4 Brothers. Remember the movie 4 Brothers? It was something to the effect that the nigga said it was a character that was in there called Green, interestingly enough. You know what I'm saying? They say you knock on the devil door long enough, somebody gonna answer. I said, that's what we hoping for. You know what I mean? We want you to answer, but why won't you respond to Phase One and you respond to D1? Is it because Phase One ain't never did nothing that got 1 million views? Was it because he ain't got no platform? Was it because, no, none of that's true. He got a platform, his shit get millions of views, and you know that I'm directly associated with all of the people that's right up under you. No matter how they want to kick it, I got DMs and messages and all that shit. You can play it down. Niggas commenting under my shit, all this other stuff. I got all that saved and documented. So then why did y'all switch? Because I called out Atlantis back in 2018 and I said we have to switch what we own. All we putting out is money, murder, sex, promiscuity, drugs, you know what I'm saying, destruction. And we have to switch. I put out a challenge. This was before they deactivated my page that had 32.8 thousand followers. Roughly 33,000 followers is when I was crucified, right? When they deactivated my page and I rose up again. Are you with me? But I put out the message and they had an issue with that. A lot of them, 24 Heavy, a lot of these people had an issue with it. And if you don't know who that is, you don't know who that is. But all the niggas who watching, because they got to watch because baby name been mentioned. So they got to watch to see if they being mentioned. 24 Heavy is one of the other people who was factored into it because these people knew that I was the one who was the conscious one. I offered niggas movie roles and all kind of shit. When I was doing the battle movie, I had everybody's best interest at heart. All I was asking was, okay, y'all done had y'all fun. Now let's switch it up. And niggas took it to mean that I was attacking them. You know what I'm saying? And they were hitting up other people like mediators saying he's coming for our city. No, nigga, I'm from Atlanta too. I ain't from Cali some damn where talking about we need to fix this shit. I'm from here. I have the right to speak on the condition of Atlantis. You understand? So the point is, now they have to see it. There's no, they have no choice. And it works different with artists. Okay? If a nigga put out a song and 500 people saw it, as an artist, if you don't have no psychic defense, you're going to feel hit. You know what I'm saying? If 500 people see the shit, you're going to feel hit. And it's going to affect your next song. So you think, ain't no way it got to him. It got to them in 2018. You know what I'm saying? Probably before that. Because you have to be a fool to think that just because Say Cheese and the rest of these people ain't mentioned in Phase One, that the ones who are the artists in Atlanta don't know not only who he is, what he stands for, Are you with me? But also how much he done already changed in the city. Okay, well, we start moving into whole other conversations where we will be putting motions in place, okay, to counteract, not only counteract, but outlaw the drill music and all of that that's coming. I'll show people what to do with a platform. You feel me? So to answer your question specifically, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, is a multitude of beings, okay, and they all come up under the same layer of destructive frequency, all right, which is that moonlight or that darkness, which is the same thing I was talking about with 19 Keys. The reason why he got that moon symbol on and don't know that it's been time to change it over. You know what I'm saying? As soon as that letter Lamb came out and said, yo, it's time to go toward the sun cycle, all right, and that's what we were morphing into with Nuopu or Nuapu. Okay, it was time to switch over, but they didn't want to switch over. Why? Because they're obstinate. They're stuck in their ways, all right, which means that they're what? Of the loon. Okay, so Bab loon. And if you say loon, it ain't nothing but one letter short or a few letters short of loony. You get what I'm saying? Because you got to be crazy or loony, Luna, to think that it's not time to switch over to the sun or the higher light. That's why I call the whole movement lunatic. The tick, the time of the lunar, moon. And that lunar tick is up. And you got to be crazy to not know it. You know what I'm saying? What else you got for me?
The next question we got for you, brother. If we know that you said you hot boy, the dude hot boy was that little baby's cousin or homeboy. He got killed by around the same time. After that, this guy,
Yeah, hot boy Jimmy.
What you say?
That was to what I remember. There was
So do you think? Go ahead. Was that a blood sacrifice for a little baby to get on? Go ahead.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to just know because I wasn't involved. You know what I'm saying? If it was or if it wasn't, I can't say that. I don't think it's even fair to say that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you shouldn't have said it, but it's not fair for me to say it because I just don't know. What I can say is that oftentimes that's how it takes place. Somebody dies and then somebody blows up. You feel what I'm saying? It happens all the time. So with Jimmy's situation, he was one of the students that I graduated before these people. You know what I'm saying? But I was in school with him. So there was a teacher called Miss Thompson. And we used to always sit in her classroom, and we'd be sitting in the back of the class. They asking me all the questions about the Masonic orders and all of that. We had a building on our campus called the Archive Building, where I used to take the pharaohs to after school to have the sacred meetings. You feel what I'm saying? And I took them outside one day, and we flipped the bricks over, and I showed them literally that they had Masonic emblems on the bricks. And the reason why they called it the Archive Building was because Masons used to meet there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a whole conversation. So we had whole talks about Illuminati and other stuff, and Jimmy and DT, which is his brother, would come in. They'd be going doing what they're doing, and they come back. You know what I'm saying? And they soaking up all the information. And I could tell that even though DT was listening, Jimmy was really listening. You get what I'm saying? And after all the conversation, we'd be in there because I wouldn't really have to do the classwork because I'd be already done did the shit, or I wouldn't study the shit. My teacher was just cool enough; she already know what I'm on. You get what I'm saying? It was the type of overstanding. You get what I'm saying? And I would just at the end of the class, I would just really just grab Jimmy by the hand. We do the symbol where we pull up in the pyramid. That was the pharaoh symbol. Everybody was doing it, the principle, all that. You know what I'm saying? And I got music videos proving that. You go look up Amen Amen, Faise One, AMEN space AMUN, Amen Amen. All right, and you will find that to be true. So I would just grab his hand and look him in his eyes, say, "You gonna get up out of here, bro? You gotta make it up out." And I do the same for DT, but it was something about Jimmy. So the point is, when that news got to me, there was an accident. There was some type of accident that took place with a gun. You know what I'm saying? Now, I wasn't giving all the details, right? But not to my knowledge, I don't know much more than that. But I remember showing up they had a candlelight at night. There was a lot of brothers that were there. I walked straight up to DT, and I hugged DT. They had all the candles out on the same basketball field that we filmed at, right? And I hugged DT. I said, bro, this shit gonna be all right, bro. I said, and it's like his spirit was like asking why. And I answered verbally, I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? I said, but this shit gonna be all right. Now, I ran into DT a few different times after that. I think that was back in like 2018. It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? But I have to fact check with one of the brothers, right? But I have ran into him a few different times in the West End Mall because I used to go up there to the West End, do shopping and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, let me shoot your videos, da-da-da-da-da. I ran into the baby manager said at the barbershop and was talking about doing videos for Nudo 5. And he was like, do Nudo know you? I said, yeah, I taught Nudo, which was true because after I graduated, because Nudo graduated after me, I came back with a program called Toastmasters, which all of this is on file, right? And I got pictures and everything when I was coming back with the program showing them the movie that I did, Battle. Okay, and I came back with Toastmasters, and I did an 8-week class, a 2-month class teaching public speech. You know what I'm saying? So I literally was able to interact with. He was one of my students, literally for 8 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, he knew me from Carver, and he knew me when I came back. So he's like, all right, that's a bet. If he know you, you know what I'm saying, then just tell him give you my number, and we'll lock in. Because I was asking Said, I walked right up to Said, and was like, yo, I think this was back in 2018 also. I said, what do you think would be a better move for a videographer? Because I was shooting a lot of videos for people too. People like Paper Love, all this is fact checkable. So I was like, I said, what do you think would be a better move for somebody to just shoot videos occasionally for an artist, or to go in contract with an artist? And Said was like, shit, he said the better move, and what most people want to do anyway, is go in contract with the artist. So my whole thing was, same reason why I gave Montana 300 that answer, is even me hitting up Nuda saying, look, like, yo, we locked in. Nuda knew I do the music videos and all of that, the animations and everything. He's like, do an animation for me and we'll see. I'm like, you already see me do it. And first of all, nigga, you can't just breathe an animation into a fucking computer. That take a lot of work. So like, I showed him an example that I did for another artist called Uno Savage. You know what I'm saying? And he was just stringing along. And then eventually he was like, you gotta wait. All of this is documented. He's like, you gotta wait. I said, I bet. I said, note taken. That was literally what I said, note taken. And then he unfollowed me. So the conversations had already been started at that point. You know what I'm saying? Saying basically, if I'm calling out these artists, then why would anybody work with me? I'm not saying I don't get it either. I'm saying the shit makes sense because niggas got loyalty. You know, it's the reason why niggas can't do features with me. I'm not really complaining about that. My point is, it's like, how y'all motherfuckers thought that when I said I wasn't going to forget that shit, that I was playing? How y'all motherfuckers think that people like Master P, Webby, Jay-Z, Ye can become made men of the world, and Faise One with the mind that's between my fucking shoulders can't do the same thing 1,000 times over? How you think that just because you got 1 million niggas in your army and I roll by my damn self, right, that the same type of power that the ones who came before me had to be able to change a whole realm where you think that nigga by himself by the time we done, you know what I'm saying, wouldn't be the same power that I would use to change this reality? No, they thought that if they just act like they didn't hear me and act like they didn't see me, that eventually I'd shut up. They didn't think that a nigga could have as much energy as I do, that you've been literally talking and going off and rapping when you had 2 niggas on live with you. And when you back in 2015, when you had 17 followers, and now you up there at 222,000, you still ain't shut up? They didn't think that you could have that much, not just consistency, persistency. You know what I'm saying? To be that persistent to say, this will be done. We will change this realm into the light. We will bring the people out of the darkness. If you're going to help, help. If not, you are an enemy. I'm not afraid to tell you that. You are an enemy. And I'm not just some Christian person either. They go way deeper. It's just that some of these things are literally put out to show people on the surface what it's about. You know what I'm saying? But it's way deeper than what a lot of the Christians and Muslims could even fathom. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a whole different level. So the whole key thing for people is to remember, and that's why I would say I can't really say for sure whether or not Jimmy was sacrificed. You got to stand on truth. You got to be able to stand on truth. It won't always feel good. It doesn't always feel good. I'm not telling you I stand on truth and then I walk away feeling great. No, sometimes that shit not only is painful, it causes problems that you have to deal with. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm still dealing with that right now. I told you the dragon ain't happy. So they touching different areas of the life and we fighting back. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of work that's going into this. But just remember what it was about. If you think Lil Baby, you ain't on it yet. If you thought 19 Keys, you ain't on it. If you think only Drake, you ain't on it yet. These are only stars that appear in your algorithmic reality that will have to be shifted from Al Gore, okay, which is the red god. It has to be shifted from the red god to Al Qadir, okay, which is the green one. I broke something down to you if you didn't know. Algorithm, Gore is red, bloody. Al is L, a god, okay? The rhythm of the bloody one or the red one has to shift, okay? So you say Al Qadir-ism. All right, that's what we getting at. The green one, and then above. Are you with me? What else you got for me? Let's do it.
Hey, another question, man. We got I saw Lil Baby at one of them P. Diddy parties, man. We already know how P. Diddy get down. And then little baby wearing that earring, he wears earring a certain type of way. I gotta wonder, man. You know, he got all this money. He probably done, knocked down all the girls in Atlanta and other places.
Yeah.
Do you think little baby got sweet on us?
I don't damn know, bro. Niggas be gay. I don't know. It's just not even. It could be possible. I mean, he could have been like that. I don't know. I can't speak. I've seen the little sandwich shit that they had going on though. I would listen. Me personally, you would never find me in no damn sandwich. I wouldn't be in no damn sandwich. For a nigga to find some, I don't know how he would even let that happen. But interestingly enough, that was an all-white affair. You know what I'm saying? That was real interesting. And you had P. Diddy rock around talking about the light, da-da-da-da, and love wins. But I don't know. The point is, this shit been strange. Niggas been strange. Sitting thugging them with the dresses and shit. The niggas been on some strange shit. You know, and I'm just speaking also cautiously because I don't really get into that because I never want to offend. Listen,
that's right.
I don't want to offend people who are a part of that life because I don't find it necessary to. You feel what I'm saying? Now, that ain't my shit, though. So niggas gonna have to understand that just because I'm not trying to offend you don't mean I'm finna kick it. That ain't my shit. Right. I'm not into that. You ain't gonna tell me that just because the shit going on and we supposed to be considering people's feelings, that if some niggas get to going at it in front of me, I'm supposed to sit there and be clapping and say, oh, no, that's not my lifestyle. So it may be because the whole industry is full of niggas who own that. And let's just be 100% clearer than clear. Atlanta. Enough said. Listen, have the people in here. You married to a man. That's DL. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll have people see this. It's Atlanta. It's fucked up, but it's what it is. And I'm only saying again, remember, these are my opinions. I don't abhor people who take that walk. I don't discriminate against people who take that walk. That's y'all life. I fuck with y'all. I do business with niggas that, I'm not that type. But when it comes to his personal situation, shit, I don't damn know. He could be, but I don't damn know, bro. And that's not something that I go to rest thinking about. Like, I wonder if I need to go live about him being, that could be the situation, especially if you're associated with people like Diddy.
Yeah, that's
the shit that's going on. Other than that, I just don't damn know, bro. And I don't trouble myself with it. However, it's like, when people get up there in them ranks, a lot of them niggas get to switching up their orientation, and you done did so, like you said, you done did so much, and now you want to experiment with other shit, and it's all about power. Like with Aleister Crowley, you know what I'm saying? And his whole sodomy movement, it's all about power and figuring out what else you can subdue and conquer and da-da-da-da. That's why you find them getting wrapped up in all these, Baby was getting wrapped up in a lot of prostitute scandals and all kind of shit that was going on. All them calling them out. One of the prostitutes came out and called him and said that he was bi and others. Listen, it's just one of those things. It's possible. But the point is, right, because again, that's this whole sex realm that goes with people personally. The point is, they putting out the works of destruction. And of course, if you thought it was about one person, you would think that I'm coming for the baby. No, that whole industry got to go. Hollywood, conscious community Hollywood, politics Hollywood, whoever using Hollywood got to put that stick down now. They got to put that tree down now, or they got to put that pole down now. Okay, because another door is opening. You said whose door? Because they already had Pan's door that opened, Pandora, and they've already been streaming. They got Pandora as a streaming site. Whose door is opening? Well, that's the answer. Whose door? Okay, which brings you back around to the narrow, okay, that pathway that you have to walk to get to the top of that pyramid, which this is the riddle of the Sphinx. And I'm saying riddle of the Sphinx on purpose, okay, because you're saying that something had to be figured out about what that Sphinx represented and why it was positioned in Egypt, okay, or ancient Kemet to begin with, and what was associated with that, the pyramids, the Great Pyramids, and Orion. So we said narrow, okay, is the gate or is the way, particularly, that leads to, or the walk that leads to life. So that's the top of that sociological pyramid, or that pyramid altogether that I speak about in my book, How to Speak Elite. If you don't have the books, you should be able to see it somewhere on here for to donate. Play for Change Cash App, PlayForChange. All right, send your donation in your email. And if you already sent it, there was a batch that was supposed to go out, but a lot of shit popped off today, y'all. So we still sending it out. You know what I'm saying? There was just a delay, but I got you. I saw everybody. I appreciate everybody. If you want them, send in your donation, send your email, send whatever amount you want to send, and I'll get the book that you go to is How to Speak Elite, where I speak on the military-industrial complex, the ones who they call the elite, the magnum opus, the sociological pyramid, who runs the world, the resources, how people are resourced, all of that. So the point is, to get to that elite status, or where Eve is, man had to become that. All right, when you get into the breakdown of Bakamir, okay, as opposed to Mir Kaba, we had Bakamir, okay, that I broke down in the book, what was it, the rehab book, right? That formation of man being clay had to be altered and changed into life. So you had to go from just the basic, primitive, destructive nature, animalistic nature, into being a godly being. So you had to climb to the top of that pyramid. Are you with me? And in order to do that, you had to pass over the waters or go where the two seas meet. So one of the ways that you would identify that water or that narrow pathway was to say narrow in Greek, but another way was a word called hydor or hudor. Go look it up. You say hudor and you'll find the word water. So what does that mean? Whose door? Whose door? The way of the water. Things are shifting already. They're already changing. It's an amazing day and time. The Way of the Water, a movie that they came out with. Right around the same time they came out with the Black Panther movie, Wakanda Forever. Are you with me? So the way of the water, or the way of the prophets, because water is Nevi, and prophet is Nebi, or Anbiya, we say prophets. The way of the Anbiya, okay, who leads you back to Rasul, all right, the messenger, who leads you back to Allah. That's why you say Rasulullah. Okay, and you don't have to refer to it as Islam alone or Muslim alone. And I'm saying it like that on purpose because when you say Muslim in Hebrew or Ibri, you're saying what? Somebody that's full, somebody that's perfect. You understand? Somebody that's complete, somebody that made it up to that life level on that pyramid. Okay, so when I say whose door is opening, all right, there's another doorway, and that doorway is none other than the door of Zion, or the way of Zion. Okay, that's why I say go back and listen to that Zion song. Okay, my mother related to that song for a very specific reason. Okay, because they spoke about a male child being born, all right, and praying to the angels, and the angel coming and saying, you know, use your what did you say? What the fuck the lyrics? Who remember the damn lyrics? Then an angel came one day, told me to kneel down and pray, for unto me a man child would be born. Right? There was a whole story, conversation taking place about a male child being born. Go read Revelation chapter 12, okay? And you'll get what's being said, because Revelation 14 is where you have to get to learn more about what the Zion was all about, which was a new song, okay? Or a way that led to heaven. Now you say Mount Zion, you're saying the mountain of heaven, okay? And that same mountain or that pyramid was drawing out a pathway or an arrow that literally points up. A straight way that led to life, or that led to heaven or haven or Zion. Now watch this. If I say the word derek in Hebrew, I'm saying the word way. Derek, way. Direct, way. Now if I ask somebody, can you direct me? Listen, direct. Can you direct me somewhere? I'm asking them if they can show me the way. I got a song called Show Me the Way. Listen. Can you direct me to heaven? Can you give me a direct Zion, a direction? Because I want to find my way. Somebody caught that. I want to find my way back to heaven, so I need direct the way to Zion directions. And if you can show me that way, all right, which is that patach. If you say patach, you're saying the doorway. Or if you say patach, okay, because the different spellings. You have P-E-T-A-C-H, which is the doorway. Then you have P-A-T-H, which gives you the path right there. And A-C-H. So the doorway, patach. All right. And then the one we say patah or pathach, you're saying how you open yourself, or you open yourself up, or you have to loosen yourself. What is that the opposite of? Being obstinate. Because when you're obstinate, going back to Babylon, you're stuck. But if you have a key, all right, or that spirit key, that vital energy that allows you to be full of it, full of the faith, all right, now you know how to open a door, okay? To walk through whose door, to go back to the source, because who was who? You spell Hudor, H-U-D-O-R. Who in ancient Kemet was the source. All right, what is my biggest song? My biggest song is Source. Go look it up, Faise One Source. All right, and you will see it has over 330-something thousand views on YouTube. One of the biggest songs. I said, I come in the name of the source. Go listen to that song and you'll hear me make mention of certain things that if you really use your third ear, you'll see where the connection is coming in. You feel what I'm saying? So think about this. If I say patak, okay, or patach, all right, I'm speaking of a doorway. If I say pafach, okay, I'm saying I have to open myself up. If I say pachach, I'm saying something is open. Then what do you hear when you're saying pata? You're hearing a word, pata, pata, peta. Spell ta, P-T-A-H. Are you getting what I'm saying to you? Now, what did ta mean, young elder? What did we go over with the 19 keys? Ta meant opener. Are you with me? Somebody gonna go and look up what I'm saying, and they're gonna realize, wait a minute, he really just cracked the whole code for us. You have to go back to the opener, ta. You have to find your way, literally, back to heaven. And you have to go through the proper right or the proper way. And you have to pick up your own pole or your own one, which is a pen, and you have to write a passage. That's why all of you who became a master or an ascended master or a higher level being or whatever you want to call it, you had to go through a rite of passage. And now you can grab that same pen or that same quill and write a passage. And that new passage will be saying, let the way of the Most High God come through. And we gave that to you in Matthew 6:9. Our Father which art in heaven, thy will be done on earth as it is in Zion. All we asked for was the way to be shown. And now the way has been shown. Patarak. Even when you say patarak, you say pata. You understand? And you say patarak, you say pata. Okay, the doorway, patak. Okay? And you say rak, which is ruach. The doorway that leads to the spirit. The doorway that leads to the source. The doorway that leads to the ruh. Okay? Which is hudor. And you have to travel through that order of water in order to get to the gases. Learn how to walk on water. Now, how does this tie into the baby? All this has to tie in. Duh. Look at it like this. He has something called 4PF. Right? That's his whole shit. 4PF. Let me see like this paper. Now, every time we try to draw the little shit, I know the shit disappears, so we're going to try to do the shit the right way. Right? Here's the 4PF symbol. I don't know if you can see it. You should be able to see it. Let's see if we can get it right. The shit gonna disappear. If it ain't gonna do anything else, it's gonna disappear. All right. That's the 4PF symbol right here. Right? This symbol right here, if you were to complete it, because it's not complete, and interestingly enough, it said 4 pockets full, correct? So we got to complete that though, because there's only one of those lines that are complete. We have to draw the cross in the center. All right, then you got this PF here. Let me show you how to solve shit. Right? What I did. If the shit can show up. Every time I try. I can't turn this shit off. Can I turn the thing off real quick? I should be able to. Hold on, let me try to do this shit. All right, boom, let's do it like that. You see it? All right, so this will be the 4PF symbol complete. So you have it right here. Boom. Right? And to complete it, you got to draw the rest of them lines. You say, Faise, how is this making sense? Well, let me show you a cipher. Because you got all these other ciphers. You got the pen cipher, all this other stuff that help you figure out how these codes are working. Right? The letter that comes before P, O. Right? The letter that comes before F, E. So then you have OPEF. He said, but that doesn't make sense. Let me show you how it will. O-P-E-F. These vowels and consonants are able to be switched out, right? So let me show you something. I'm going to replace this O with an A. You can replace a vowel with a vowel, consonant with a consonant. Replace the O with an A. I'm going to replace the P with a B, the E with an I, and we're going to keep that F right there. You see it? Abif. Abif. All right? Now, you have a complete image. Don't go nowhere. Because if you have a complete image of that cross in the center and those 4 levels, which is speaking about something being complete, all right, and you see Abif, what does Abif mean? Abif means my father, okay? Remember I told you, Abba, okay? Abba, my father, all right? Or Eli, my God. Somebody that's above you, a higher master. So Abif is saying my father, and it ties you to a story with the Masons, all right? Hiram or Haram Abif, where it was speaking about 3 knocks, but also speaking about a secret, something that was supposed to be kept back. And the secret is the S word. Stay with me. Somebody got to wake up. So if the secret is the S word, let's look at it like this. We're going to go back to the 4PF symbol. And I want you to think of where you might have seen a symbol that looks similar. I'll give you a hint. Comic book. I'll give you a hint. The Thing, Human Torch, Invisible Woman. All right, Mr. Fantastic. None other than the Fantastic Four. And this is their symbol. All right, the Fantastic Four. Whose else symbol is this? None other than the ones that are referred to as the Eshtar Command. And this is their symbol. Right? That's their symbol. Now, who are the Eshtar Command? Now, if you know anything about Bantai, so the rest of them, they had their own way of explaining who and what they are. Eshtar, one of the leaders who came in as a Qaid or a chief. All right, we still say a leader. Like we got the Al-Qaeda, was saying a base, but also Al-Qaeda is saying the leaders. All right? So you have certain beings who were showing up in like the 1940s and 50s that were coming through with these interdimensional messages, and then all of it got infiltrated and everybody took over, the government got involved, and now it's like this whole thing where it's just speaking about some kind of spookism with channeling. But the point was, Ishtar, okay, was supposed to be an actual order of Saturn beings. Listen to me, Ishtar. Saturnites, beings who walked after the order of the Greys and Shaitan, and had all this different technology to interact with what was happening on the planet and all this other stuff to lay out their own plans and take over this and infiltrate governments and da-da-da-da-da, right? So they were communicating supposedly with certain people, right? So when you look at the Ishtar Command symbol and you look at the Fantastic Four symbol, it being the same symbol ain't all it is to it. You also will find that when you go deeper into it, that images on Google will show you the Ishtar Command dressing in these blue suits. Right? The Ishtar Command look like literally how Susan Storm does in the Fantastic Four franchise. Okay, what's the point of that? The Fantastic Four and the Ishtar is the same shit. So you have to figure out why these beings, the Fantastic Four, in these movies and cartoons and comics were guardians of the galaxy, so to speak, or guardians of the solar system, and going out and fighting all these other beings and these human mutants and all kinds of stuff. Because you're speaking about extraterrestrial activity. Go watch the Fantastic Four's Rise of the Silver Surfer movie, and you'll come in contact with the plot of the Etherians who come with the Destructors, all right, or the Destroyers, or Sheba, all right? That's what that Silver Surfer was, an Etherian that was doing the works of the ones who were on a planet, a realm called Nibiru, all right? That's just briefly on that. My point is, when you're saying the word Eshtar, okay, because remember I told you, it brought you back around to Abif. When you look at literally the symbol itself, you'll find Abif in the code. I broke it down to you. They can't copy. They don't even know what they're talking about, right? Abif, all about the secret of the S word. What does Eshtar mean? Eshtar meant a sword. Are you with me? It meant a sword, okay? It also meant a weapon, but more specifically a sword. What is a sword? The S word, all right? So then ask yourself, does it add up that Lil Baby appears doing this? Do you not see Lil Baby in images doing this? Do you also not see Lil Baby in images covering his right eye? All right? So some people ask, does Lil Baby know he's doing all of this? I'm sure he does. Does he know why? It's possible. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, people like myself, all right, if you look at this image within itself, the image of me on the computer, this is the image that you see when the anonymous ones come up, the Anons or Anuns come up and they have a message for you. And they're trying to figure out how they done hacked into this and did that and the third. Okay, I am a code breaker. You understand? Interestingly enough, one of the holy books is referred to as a sefer. A sefer. All right? And when you're saying the word sefer, you're saying the word cipher. And to cipher something is to be able to decode it and break it down. So in my book, How to Speak Elite, I explain how this is being done. Everything you see operates off of the sword. Everything you see. There's a water bottle right here. It has a double meaning. It has a dark meaning and a light meaning. Okay? I can make this represent, okay, which means to present again, whatever I want it to make it represent. It's called a symbol. Are you with me? So that sword itself is a symbol. You learn about the symbols or the emblems, okay, and how they're being utilized. And you have to ask yourself, what possessed Lil Baby? Literally, what possessed Lil Baby to say 4PF or 4 pockets full? And when you're saying 4 pockets full, why does the full word bring you to Muslim? Muslim. And why does Muslim sound like Muslim? And why are the Muslims the one who say, Ashhadu alla ilaha illallah? You understand? Wahdahu la sharika lahu. Why are the Muslims who say, we will bear witness to none other than Allah Ta'ala or God the Most High? Al-Quran says that God that we're speaking about is the same God you Christians are speaking about. Okay? What does this mean? This means that when I said in the song, Rollo took his shahada, you should probably follow Rollo. Dirk turned Muslim in the public eye. When I said I came in the name of the source, that was not a lie. I'm explaining that already you see in the music industry coming out saying what I've already said it's time to do. Whether you see it as an Islamic move, whether you see it as a Christian move, whether you see it as a spiritual move, I don't care. Whichever order is saying it's time for order is the order we walk in alignment with. You understand? So if 4PF is out of order, well then 4PF got to sit down. You understand? Or they have to solve that whole symbol, find out what it really meant to walk as a beef, break down that code, and decide whether or not you're going to be a Muslim or really be full. Because if you got all your pockets full, then you have to ask yourself, are all your pockets full of the things of this world, which you can't take with you? Or are all these pockets that make you a whole being or a holy being that cross in the center, all right, full? Are you full of faith? Are you of the faithful like we broke down in the chosen breakdown, the 144,000 breakdown? Because all that are walking with the Lamb are what? Called and faithful and chosen. Faithful. So are you full of faith or are you full of the things of this world? Now, if you're full of the things of this world, then you ain't nothing like, you ain't nothing but Peter. And Peter was not able to walk on that water or take that walk of water, navigate. And if you cannot navigate, then you can't find your way up there. You know what I'm saying? So I put these messages out, how I'm putting them out on purpose. They can act like they can replicate and figure it out. Listen, you won't know what it's about unless you know what it's about. You won't know what's relevant unless you know what's relevant. You won't know what's going to work unless you know what's going to work. You know what I'm saying? What you got for me, young elder?
We're about a couple minutes out. You want to talk about the 1K raisement, the 1K fundraiser?
Right. The 144K.
Yeah. We're going to get that in. We got about 22 minutes.
Right. So right now we're working on a fundraiser, 144,000. Right. And again, it's just a message. It's a reminder, but people just, you can catch on to it or you don't catch on to it. Same reason why we were doing the green light movement. I've explained before, I didn't have all the funds that these people had. I didn't have no drug money behind me. I didn't have any label money behind me. All I had was the will and the support of the people. You understand? So since 2018, I haven't worked or clocked in and went up under anybody. The people have been sending in funds. They've been supporting the books. You know, I might do a fundraiser. I did the Childish movie that I spoke about. All this stuff has been powered by the people. That's why I said I'm literally signed to the people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm basically coming to my label, if you want to say it that way, which is the people, and asking 144,000 by April. And if the people decide that that's what we're going to do, we're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And anywhere in between, because we've raised a lot of funds. I've actually stopped reporting how much. You know what I'm saying? Because I've learned from the past that you have certain eyes watching and all this other stuff. No, I've stopped reporting how much, and I'll just say, let's keep going. So we're approaching the goal. So I'm asking if you want to help. help me. So you can send whatever donation you want to send. I've had all kind of donations come through. I've told people about it before. I haven't mentioned certain things, but certain things I have mentioned. I got $1,000 donations, all kind of stuff. If you want to help me. You see what I'm doing? Go check my record, see if it still holds up to this day. You're going to find that it does. And if you listen to these teachings, all right, if you listen to these callings and you're able to resonate, and if in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you get what's going on, even if you don't know all the answers to what it is, you can see what this person called Faise is doing, right? And if you've gotten the books, for people who've gotten the books, I appreciate y'all. And if you plan to, I appreciate you. If you cracked open any of the books, you already can, you can sense it. Because look, let me tell you something. I'm able to separate myself from myself. I step outside of myself. I go back and read them books, and I blow my own mind. And that ain't tooting no horn. I'm for real. Sometimes I go back and be, how was this able to be figured out? Like, I know some people look at it, they'll go back and watch what I just did with the 4PF shit, and they say, how? You know what I'm saying? And here's the question I'll tell you to ask. The question that you should ask is why? You understand? I was taught when I was very young by Fred Bodie, all right, who's y'all say Bodie Ray Love, my father. He taught me about the 7 W's, okay? And the 7 W's, I had to be like 5 years old when he told me this. He said, what are the 7 W's? When we was learning, I think we was learning in the school, they said who, what, why, when, where, and all this other shit. He said, no, the 7 W's are why, and why. It's always why. You understand? So ask yourself, why are you sitting here on this live right now? Or why are you watching this? Why did I not just do the easy thing, y'all? If you listen to my music, you know I go the fuck off. I'm fired the music shit. I'm one of the real deal lyricists that can stick with all your J. Cole's, Kendrick's, Eminem's, whoever. Let's play. And make the hard hits and all of that. Why wouldn't I just play the devil game? And I'm using those words on purpose. Ask yourself that question. Couldn't I have just played their game, got some money, and took the fuck off? If it was just about some money, if it was a grub, why didn't I just play their game and turn off my light or my green light and just go amber? Why didn't I do that? So for us to still be right here to this day with all the things that have happened, y'all done heard me mention all kind of stuff, motion, all kind of things happening. You still see me doing this? Most people would have gotten scared away from this shit a long time ago. With the type of things that have happened in the past 3 months, a lot of people would have been scared off of this. And I ain't saying too much, but I'm saying enough. But for me to still be doing it should say something. It would have been easier to bow out. So for somebody to take the path of least resistance, all I'm asking is for y'all to help me. And for everybody who has helped me, not even with this endeavor, all right, alone, but with any endeavor in any way, shape, form, or fashion, or if you plan to help me in any way, I say I appreciate you, and let's do this. Let's get it done. Let's do this once and for all. We get one chance to do this of who we are right now. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? We still in motion with it. There is no limit to what you can send. You can send whatever you want to send. I see everybody that's coming through. There's not a single name that I haven't seen. When you leave your messages, I see them. When whatever it is, I'm seeing everything. I'm locked in. I can't respond to everything. You got to understand that. It's nothing malicious. But I'm locked in, y'all. I'm really, every day you see me doing something else. People ask me all the time, I say, bro, when do you sleep? I do. I take a break every now and then, a little power nap, but you know what I'm doing because you see my works. You know what I'm saying? I just recorded the Lil Baby song maybe 2 days ago. So young Ed, I said, we're gonna do the live and I'm gonna drop the video. We just shoot the damn video? And brother young Elder pulled up on me. He sneezed, he ate breakfast, and the shit was uploaded. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Constantly. You know what I mean? It's just this shit is exciting to me. That's all I can say. It's exciting to me. I'm grateful to be in the position that I'm in, and I'm honored. I'm your servant. Let's get this done. Let's do what we can do. And let's do our best.
Yeah, like I say, also y'all on 10 books. We still got the 10 books donation to the Cash App as well if you want to get this. Hey, Faise, this is the last question before we get out of here. We got about 12, 14 minutes. Hey, so your last I guess like message to Lil Baby, like not the last message, but like what do you hope to come out of this by for Lil Baby? You know what I'm saying? Like you hope what do you hope that this change and like his perspective, and not just his perspective, his fans, everything, you know? What do you think hope to change from this? Go ahead.
I know this is what I know, right? I know he already heard me a long time ago. When he came out with the Bigger Picture song, I knew he was listening. You know what I'm saying? There may be a dilemma with his nature, okay? A dilemma with how deep he is in this shit. A dilemma with pride and ego, because a nigga coming out challenging you how I'm challenging, it ain't like you want to walk up and give him a hug. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I get it. Like I said in the song, I'm aware about the motion. That's just business. I know gentlemen protect their brand by any means. I'm a witness. But if you notice, when I said that, I placed pictures of Tupac and pictures of Malcolm X, because these were two occasions of people protecting their brand. Some people might have caught that. Some people might have missed that. Say what you want. All right? So what I'm saying is he already know. The soul is going to hear me. The soul going to hear me. Your body may reject me. The illusionary self that you done set up in this realm is probably most likely going to reject me, because for one, who the fuck am I? That's all you thinking. Who am I? I don't got as much money as you. I don't got as much fame, whatever. I don't know why that was even be a thought at this point, because you probably should have thought about how long I've been at this shit, and I didn't have it then, and I never stopped. You know what I'm saying? So his soul gonna feel me. The fans, I'm not really concerned. I know, listen, y'all are already being converted, because most people only want to get along with the get along. Most people are so invested in the group think lifestyle that the moment that positivity becomes a trend, you're gonna hop on it anyway. You know what I mean? I don't feel any type of animosity toward people who think I'm clout chasing, any of that. Let me tell you something. Let's get this clear on record. Is this thing on? Listen, I am clout chasing. Is it clear? Let me say it again. Y'all got y'all sound bites? Listen, Faise One, Faise One, am clout chasing. They only want you to think that that concept of clout chasing is supposed to be represented or presented in a negative manner, because they don't want people to go for the attention spots. They got the attention. Everybody who's a fucking superstar is clout chasing, because the word clout is just speaking about attention. You get what I'm saying? So if that's what you're meaning, am I going for attention? I have people sending me messages saying, oh, he's doing that for attention. No way. Swear. Put it on everything. You mean I did this so people could watch? I could have sworn me and Young Elder was on FaceTime the whole fucking time. Duh, nigga. Fuck. It is about attention. It's about attention. It's about clout. It's about whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's going to make sure that people can see me, hear me, and receive a different resonance than what you devils have been putting out. Are you with me? So it's all about clout, then okay, it's all about clout. Whatever you think, I have no animosity toward these people who that's all they got, that's all they have. Now, the whole other part of the plan, you'll never be able to access that in your own mind if you can't get past the clout conversation. But if it helps you rest better at night, yes, you're right. I'm 100% clout chasing. You can comment that. I ain't going to delete you. We locked in. We good. We good money. Okay? There are other parts to this that you may not understand. There's a war that's been taking place for so long that a lot of your history don't even record or speak about it. This war has been ongoing. Every 1,000 years, there's a whole nother movement of magicians or musicians, okay? Philosophers, thinkers, whatever you want to call it, that are going to shape the new world. I'm one of them. And in today's day and age, you have this internet shit, social media, all of that, so it's easier to reach y'all than it would have been, you know what I'm saying, 100 damn years ago. Okay? So I've already said I'm one of the elite. They're going to have to deal with that. I put in the How to Speak Elite book, all of y'all, I see y'all as elite too. For all you fans, I would say stop being fans. Stop being fanatics of people. Take back your power, all right? When you call on these people, they show up with one song and they disappear. Or people like Young Thug say they having too much fun, right? You call on these people when it count, they show up, even Lil Baby with the Bigger Picture song. If you go back and listen to the Lil Baby bigger Picture song, there is no way that man didn't know what was going on. There wasn't just no Black Power stand up to the police song. He was saying all kind of shit. And one of the lyrics he was saying, people speaking for the people, I'm proud of them. That's one of his lyrics. Another lyrics he said, I won't take the stand, but I'll take a stand for what I believe. Another one of his lyrics, he said, I won't lie like I don't rap about killing and dope, but I'm telling my youngest to vote, right? So he addressed that he knows that what he putting out is destructive. I guess his counteract to that address was that he telling his youngest to vote. And it's like, Dominique, it's like one of them is destroying our community. The other one don't mean shit. Niggas voting don't bring niggas back from the grave. You understand? Niggas voting don't undo the spell that the slime movement has put on the people of not only Atlanta, but niggas all over the fucking planet. It's going to take more work than just telling people to vote. You understand? When that same vote is being cast, listen to the words. That same voltage is being cast on a machine that siphons these people, leaves them dry, leaves them sleep, okay? And then waits till the next, equinox turn period or time period, or those 4 years, to come back around and say, we need y'all again, which is what they about to try to do in 2024. Voting ain't finna do shit, family. It ain't about no vote. It's about what the curses have. When Melly put out that Murder on My Mind, that was a problem. When YoungBoy popped out, he possessed a lot of young boys. That spirit of YoungBoy possessed. So he know already, when he saw Never Needed Help, and I know people like, damn, nigga, you able to quote all they damn songs? Listen, I listen to these people's shit. You know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't never been no hater. You go back and really look and check my fam on what I'm talking about. I ain't never been no hater on nobody. When people, I would never say people like Lil Baby and them not hard. Like, them niggas can rap, they got their shit going. That don't mean shit. Donuts taste good. That don't mean we supposed to keep eating the shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never say, you ain't never heard me say, that nigga's trash, he can't rap. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never say, Thug can't hold a lyric. As a matter of fact, you go back and listen to the old shit from Thug, he really lyrical. You feel what I'm saying? And I know that might be crazy. Them niggas like, what? Huh? Because what y'all thought was mumble music, we understood what them niggas was saying. And they were really having bars. That's not enough. That ain't gonna make me no damn fan. You understand? And that's not gonna blind me either to the point where I can't separate this music entertainment shit from real life. Go listen to my song. What was the song? Turn Around. Go listen to the song Turn Around. Okay, and you'll hear me say, y'all confusing real life with entertainment. Niggas really dying behind these blogs. This shit dangerous. You know what I'm saying? No, I said niggas really dying behind these lines. I said the blogs was instigated. There's a lot of shit that's going on behind the scenes where maybe 20 years ago, the rest of them niggas was faking like they was gangsters and shit. That ain't today. A lot of that shit was really going on. That's why drill was able to be as destructive as it was. Because if it was just fucking music, that many people wouldn't have lost their life to that wave. Including the rappers who were perpetrated. You forget the King Vons and the rest of these people who lost their life to the same drill that they put out? You feel what I'm saying? Or the same guns that they glorified. That's why in the song I said, Marlo died to guns. R.I.P. to Marlo. I ain't disrespect him. You understand? So I'm saying, look, the same shit niggas is glorifying, people in your camp dying from. How you still glorifying it? It don't add up. And it wasn't much of a response from Marlo's situation. Nigga was just like, that's some street shit. Y'all know how this street shit go. That's odd. That's odd for that to have been one of your folks who Marlo really supported you. And you know that. That's odd for it to just be a legacy destroyed by gunfire. And that ain't enough to put a fire up under you to say, hey, we got to stop this shit. You stood right there on the block, on the square with Nipsey. And you heard about him getting gunned down. That wasn't enough for you to stop this shit. That wasn't enough for y'all niggas to use y'all power and say not only guns down, but no more drill music. You next thing we see you in a Hot Boy, you and Nardo with the rest of these devils. You know what I'm saying? Coming out, putting more and more like Black Youngster coming out with a song speaking about don't make this robbery hard. You get shot in your face. A month after PNB got robbed and killed. You feel what I'm saying? None of this was enough for y'all. Listen, one murder should be enough for niggas to be like, something ain't right. We got to stop this shit. That's why I said, damn, it took for Takeoff. You go listen to the Survive song. It took for Takeoff. You know how many people died before Takeoff? It took for Takeoff pillar to fall. Listen, For y'all to finally say, that's when everybody started responding in a certain way. They finally said, maybe we should stop. We got to stop this drill music shit. We got to stop promoting this shit. It took a takeoff to fall. You understand? That's a lot of bodies up to that point where even your music industry was getting hit and y'all niggas still putting out murder music. Now, it's not as much, but for niggas to even hint toward being associated with murders, and I know they're scared now. More of them are afraid now because of that RICO shit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? The niggas realizing RICO don't play. RICO will show up and knock at your door. You know what I'm saying? RICO go to everybody's house. RICO at the cookout. RICO was every motherfucking where. Niggas is nervous about RICO. You get what I'm saying? So they stopped putting out so much of it. Okay? But you got to look at, all I'm saying is look at what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? The message is, little baby got to grow up. Right? When you were a child, you spoke as a child. All right? As you got older, you spoke with a ascended tone. Some of y'all know what I'm referring to. I fucked the scripture completely up, but you still know what I'm referring to. When you were a child, you spoke. Somebody comment the shit so it ain't that bad. It's kind of bad, and it's live, but you get what I'm saying. You got to know where this, I can pull it up on my phone. I know what I'm talking about is my damn point. When you was a children, you was speaking like the motherfucking young people. But then when you grew up, you know about vocabulary and shit. Y'all know what I'm saying. It's in the Bible. It's verbatim in the Bible. When you was a children, you was speaking about the fucking children, and now you grew up. Babies, people got to grow up, and now you can't be infants anymore. You can look up the Latin word for infant, and you're going to find you're unable to speak. Infant is saying you're unable to speak. All right? So if you're unable to speak, or you're mumbling, or jumbling, or babbling, or babying, family, all we saying is like, bro, you know better, bro. Grow up. That's it. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. Niggas probably don't want me here for the same tongue that I'm saying has to be ascended, right? Which is to utter the truth. The willing tongue will always speak the truth. Remember that. All right? The willing tongue speaks the truth. That's Faise One saying. The willing tongue will speak the truth. If you have the willpower to do that, you're going to speak the truth. You're going to acknowledge that what I'm saying is true. You feel me? If not, then it's fine. All I'll say, the last message I got for you is ain't nothing you can really do about it anyway. When God speaks, God speaks. It ain't like I'm asking you for permission to do what I'm doing. Ain't like I'm asking any of these artists, devils, whoever. I'm not asking your permission. I'm just putting you on guard about it. You know what I'm saying? About what's happening and calling you and say, yo, what you finna do? Because you got the platform. All y'all niggas got platforms. I called everybody out. That's why I said niggas ain't special when I say their name. Go listen to everybody's song. I say niggas ain't special when I say their name. There's a whole lot of motherfuckers who can change it. These niggas ain't popping. These niggas just famous. I say they just famous. I said part of my passion. I don't give a fuck. These niggas ain't hard. Niggas all about fashion. My people dying in a pool full of blood. Niggas still want to talk about the Audemars splashing. Gucci and Jeezy, Ashanti and Keisha. I don't give a fuck because it's all a distraction. I just need the people to know that I'm here. But before that can happen, I'm going to need all y'all apps. And last time I'm going to say it, this sorceress shit ain't nothing to play with. Niggas got millions of followers. Fuck your acknowledgement, nigga. You heard what I say, bitch. I'm coming for everybody. All that money they got, I don't care about it. Why the fuck would I care what's in their pocket? Bitch, you got $1 billion on my head probably. They done started GoFundMe's and came together, put up all of their money and share profits. I don't give a fuck. Listen, go listen to it. There's that back in 2020. You know what I mean? It was war then. So it's war now. So all we saying is you ain't got to hear me. You going to hear God. You know what I mean? You don't got to respond because I know you can't say my name. I get it. He even said it. He trying to diss me to blow up. I peep it. I can't respond. I just go at your people. It's in the song Wants and Needs. Who trying to diss Lil Baby to blow up? You know what I mean? When he said he put my name in the song, what the fuck is he? Yo, I don't know, but we got to go get him. Who put the baby name in the song? You know what I mean? So the people, the fans don't be knowing what's going on. But this shit really is like this. This shit locked in for real. It's so close that it looked far. Like the Art of War. Some of y'all caught that, some of y'all didn't. It's so close that it appears far. Art of War. Are you with me? So all I'm saying is you really can't do nothing about it anyway. So just look, just you know, do it the right way. Handle your business. And if you got to do what you got to do, they got to do what they got to do. But I'm putting it on record that God has spoken. Are you with me? And you either going to listen to that voice and hear what Josh said, or you listen to the dragon. However it go, we calling all the hours forward and saying it's time to go home. We bringing everybody home. And if you want to come with us, you come with us. You deal with it, but we destroying the destroyers of the earth. So if anybody that's left with them, that's fine. You know, God will be visiting you soon.
That's right. Hey,
So
man. Well, okay.
So Modi
Shit,
B.
that about do- Hey, so it be. Hey, that's that about does it. Hey, I know little baby gonna hear it though.
They in here. What are you talking about? Listen, they're in,
man.
did you hear me?
Huh? Wait.
They in here right
Yeah,
now.
wait. Yeah.
Listen, I know, bro. This ain't nothing but Atlanta. They got phones. They in here. They're in here right now. Hey, listen, them niggas right here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't talk a certain way. They went in here. They feeling it right here while I'm speaking. They in here. Hey, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if niggas all in the studio right now. The engineer and everybody gathering around one of the phones listening. They're in here. They have to be. Don't you get it? 19 Keys was in here. You know what I mean? Only one who I wouldn't be surprised wasn't in there was Beyonce. Her people was.
Yeah.
And then Drake and them was in there.
Yeah.
It looked small to the masses until you get that they watching everything. That's how you can have a situation where people song, they'll put out a song, they might get like 3,000 views on the song. Next thing you know, somebody come out with the same song, it get 300 million plays, and you think that person made it, and the person with 3,000 views like, that's my song.
Yeah.
They'll watch somebody and pay attention to somebody that you don't think is worthy of watching and paying attention to. But that's what I'm saying. If you don't think Faise One have made noise already and made him, and like they say, well, he be loud, but he ain't making no noise. I'm listening. Everything I'm saying, even in the Wild Child song, where Newton was, I wasn't allowed to say what I said, but I'm allowed now. I ain't with that loud mouth. You go listen to my Flip song, and I said, go ahead, say what you say. You allowed now. Speak up, nigga. I'm with the loud mouth. Like I'm saying, I don't want none of the sneaky shit. Say my name and let the people know who and what this is. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to, then all you letting me know is that my work is reaching you. And I hold the pen. This shit is whatever the fuck I say it is. I can write some shit tomorrow. You ain't never think I have ever write up or draft up. But I have the rite of passage. I have the command. I write whatever I say is going to happen, it's going to happen. Okay? By will of the Father. Okay? Not on my own accord, but by will of the divine.
Right.
All right? You know who I come in the name of. I said it to you already, the source. But they ain't here, bro. I ain't tripping. You know, it's what it is. Even when we was out there, what I said, nigga, we finna.
Yeah. Those niggas was pulled up right then.
What I said we finna get this shot. Hey, y'all gotta watch the music video, right? Let me show you how real this shit is. Right? You gonna see shots of me riding through in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We literally, that's all that shit was.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the shit is comedy when you really know how deep the shit is. I said, we finna go through here. We finna go through here. We ain't finna sit. I ain't hopping out. I ain't none of that 6ix9ine shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not stupid. I know how this shit go, and I get it. And look, I'm one of them men, so I respect business. I'm one of them men, if you get what I'm saying. I respect business. So I know I'm not. You know how it goes. You know what I mean? But if y'all go watch the music video, it was literally a drive-by shot. Like, I was out the window with the camera. Boom, we go there one time. Did you catch it? We had to. Whatever we got, nigga, I'm gonna use it. You know what I mean? That was just so to make a statement to say that God is passing through. You know, I'm not stupid, y'all. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
I ain't stupid. So they in here, but it's like, listen, it's all love. All them niggas know. Nudo 5 is like, I don't hate them niggas. I get it. It's all about whatever the loyalty, and it probably would have been different if Baby would have met me personally before he blew up. Maybe it would have went differently. Ain't no telling. But right now, it's like, bro, you know, I get one life, and I'll end it with this. I'm not the judge. Okay, I'm just the carrier out of the works. I'm just the worker. I'm not the judge. I'm not judging, you know what I'm saying, none of this as far as like trying to condemn and send nobody to hell and all this other shit. You know, I'm the mouthpiece and the hands and the heart and the feet, the soul of the Most High walking across, you know what I'm saying, Shaitan's playing field. Unscathed. You know what I'm saying? That's all this is. But I don't listen. Ain't no hate. Ain't never been no hate. It's just what it is. Truth is truth. So Modi B.
Hey, man. And on that note, we're going to drop the mic and walk off stage. Hey, y'all, we're going to probably be back Thursday. We'll probably do the Rosicrucian, but we're going to talk about that because I
was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah, I had like 10, 20 different people asked us about that class. So that's probably what we're going to come back on Thursday with. Hey, man. Okay. We out, man. Hey, assalamu alaikum, shalom alaikum, hotel, peace be unto you. We love y'all.
I love y'all, man. I love y'all. Listen, I'm excited. I don't know if y'all can tell, I'm excited. I love y'all. Like this is what we train for. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this shit done. I love y'all. Why do?
We out. Hey, I'm gonna hit you tomorrow, Faise.
That's love.
I'm gonna set up that Rosicrucian for Thursday. Peace.